All right, hi guys. It is September 18th, and we are jumping on for tonight's awesome team call. Miss Wesleyn Partridge is going to be hosting for us and talking a little bit about organization, teaching us all of her ways. So I hope you guys are excited. I will not take any more of your time. Go for it, Wes. I'll mute myself.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Cool. Is Amanda, hey Amanda, she's hopping on. Do you mind muting yourself? So like she said, my name is Wesleyn, or Wes. I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to organize your business and to be the most efficient and the most effective if you're trying to build a business in part-time hours. And just a little background about me. I have been a coach for about a year now and learned a lot this last year and how I can apply the things that are my strengths to the business. So I am super, as a person, fanatical and obsessive about finding things that work and that you can be successful with and ways that you can set yourself up to consistently do something. So there's nothing that for me makes me feel more unsuccessful on a daily basis as a broken system, something that's not working, and no answers on how to fix it. So today I'm going to be talking about my schedule specifically, how I organize my days, how I fit my work life into my family life, and the things that I would recommend for you guys to evaluate in your own schedules in order to feel like you're getting all the things done, nothing's getting missed, and you're moving your business forward. So I'm going to share my screen if I can. Can you see that okay? And put a little slidey slide for you. How to organize, aka meal prep, your biz. So my little analogy for how to organize your business would be equivalent to how you meal prep for your fitness journey. So when you're meal prepping, what are you doing? You're setting yourself up for the week. You're setting yourself up for the future to make things easier, make things, Brenna, stop boomeranging me or whatever you're doing. You're so annoying. Setting yourself up for the future to make things less stressful, less overwhelming, and to know what you have coming. So that's why it says AKA meal prep. You'll hear me refer to that in the slide. So meal prep. You see the P, there's a 3P in prep. That stands for precision, being proactive, and having a plan. So a little bit, I mean, it's self-explanatory, but these are the main points is you have, when you're making a plan ahead of time, when you're meal prepping ahead of time, like we all know, okay, in your nutrition, you're eating healthy, right? But you're not meal prepped. How precise are you being? When you're hungry, you go home, you're making a salad. Are you scooping the containers and being precise? Maybe, maybe not. But when it's meal prepped and you're precise, you know for a fact you're eating exactly per your nutrition plan. This is the same thing with your schedule. If you're planning ahead and you know exactly what you're going to be doing on each day, you can be precise. You also can be proactive. So if there's something exciting coming up, your team needs to know, your success partner needs to know, you can communicate ahead of time and eliminate that, what I hate, the winging of anything. Not my jam. Having a plan. Remember, effort is attractive. So when you're giving effort, you are hot to your prospective clients. Why do it? Here's the 4 big reasons why I think it's so important to meal prep your business. You're going to get it all done. By having a plan, you're ensuring that everything you need to do gets done in a day. If you're waiting to see how your day goes and if your kids are cool, it's probably not going to get done. If you have a plan and you go, I know no matter what, I have these times and I'm going to be doing these things, you're more likely to get it all done. 2, you're going to eliminate the overwhelm. By having a plan, knowing when things are going to happen, that unknown of your days and your weeks can go away, and you can get excited about working your business and get excited about upcoming things because you know exactly what you're doing and you don't have to just be stressed about it. 3, this one will continue to be the gift that keeps on giving. You can communicate with your team as your team grows. You get better at planning and prioritizing your days. You can communicate with your team. You can let them know what's coming up, what they need to be focusing on, and where they need to be prioritizing your time. And then 4 is just overall happiness to be able to be in the moment. So if you're with your kids or you're with your family or you're at your other job, you can be there because you know that there's scheduled planned time for you to work, and in that time you know exactly what you're going to be doing. What to schedule on a daily basis. These are the 10 things that I think are the most important to schedule. 1, when are you going to work out? This, for me, because I did 80-Day Obsession and did time nutrition, this is why how kind of this really took it the big life that it did in my schedule, is because the nutrition was focused around your workout, and you had this workout block of nutrition. So first thing you plan your day, when are you going to do your workout? Are you the person who gets up before everybody gets up, does it at 5 a.m.? Do you do when the kids are napping? Do you do it in the evening? Plan that first and foremost. Then your meals. Most of our nutrition plans have maybe 5 meals in the day. As moms or busy women, sometimes as we get stressed and busy, we overeat, and sometimes we forget to eat. So make a plan for your meals. 3, when are you going to do your personal development? This is one of the vital behaviors, so it of course should be on your schedule. When are you going to post on social media? We have so many different platforms and so many different pages and so many different areas of social media that you feel like you have to stay plugged into. So having a general time frame on when you plan to do that on a consistent basis, I feel like can be so helpful. When are you going to do invites, follow-ups? I also have a place on my schedule where I do projects. Because I have kind of a creative mind, I feel that if I don't have a time in the day where I feel guilt-free, I can work on those things. I can geek out on graphics or fun things for the upcoming boot camps or creating a website or different things like that. I feel like I have to shut all of that down and only do business building activities. I don't feel it sucks the fun out of the business for me. But I'm the type of person that could spend hours and hours in other time that I should be doing invites and follow-ups and things, time sucking on project things. So scheduling each of those out and allowing yourself to have both. When are you doing calls, whether those are coach calls, team calls, calls with your success partner, family time, and then unplug or self-care time. I also like to prioritize wake up and go to bed time and be strict about those, whatever that means for you, however you're motivated to get up in the morning, and letting yourself go to bed and not feel like it's this unlimited. It's just, it is what it is. At the end of the night, I have to keep going. No, let yourself clock out at a certain point. And also I like to have in my plan when I'm going to make a plan for the next day. So I can wake up completely focused, knowing where to begin. What to schedule monthly. This would be your team calls, national wake-up call, any pushes that are coming up that month, any launches that are happening when you're starting prep week and when you're starting your challenge groups. Probably your coach, if your upline can be organizing some of this for you, but it's nice to take a second to look at your calendar when you're starting a new month and schedule all these things out for yourself. So once again, you can get excited about it and not stressed about it. So these are some of the tools that I suggest and I use to schedule and I'll show you guys my exact family schedule. I just use a spreadsheet on Excel. On the furthest left-hand side, just do each half hour of the day, and then allot each hour, whatever I'm doing things, to its task. Also, great tracking is with your business activity tracker, a planner or calendar, and then any apps that you like to use, like whether that's your note section, your calendar. I use the app called Asana, Asana, and it's a great way to have kind of a calendar, a list maker, and you're able to share amongst your teammates what you're doing. So I totally suggest that app is something you can grow into as your team grows. It's great for like project management as you're delegating tasks to different people. So we'll circle back to me showing you guys my exact format of going about doing it, just giving you guys the overview. When do you plan? So before bed usually is a great time to spend 30 minutes just looking at your next day, exactly what you're going to be doing for the next day. Fridays, I love, it's something that I've been recently doing, is getting with my success partner and talking about the next week on Fridays. So before the weekend starts and mostly family time starts, having an idea of the big bullet points for the next week, even if that takes a little bit more time on your Friday, I've found that it's well worth the stress you can eliminate for the next week. And to not do that on Sunday, do it on Friday while it's still like a work week for you. And so Sunday night can just be checking into your boot camps, getting excited about the next week, and it's not major planning to be done. And then the third week of the month, I usually find is best to kind of make the calendar for the next month, check the back office and see if there's notifications about business dates that are coming up for the next month. Time spent now is save time later. That's like a go-to. Another thing that I always am telling myself is with time, if I shortcut now, it adds 2 more. If you cut a corner here, it adds 2 more in the end. So especially with your planning, try your absolute hardest on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to take an extra second, a little bit extra time to stop, critically think about what your day looks like, who needs you, in what order, and prioritize those things and take extra time to do it right, to where it makes all the sense for you so that you're not adding more stress and more work for you later on. So here's a little example of kind of what my family schedule looks like. I have over here kind of the time frames. I have when I wake up, my pre-workout meal, my workout, when I check in with my pages and do my social media, my post-workout meal, when my kids get up, I do breakfast, I shower and get ready while they're eating breakfast and do personal development. Then I get them dressed. My baby goes down for her first nap and Cam plays. Then I do team building combos and my group check-ins, things that I can kind of multitask when my toddler is around. Do lunch, playtime with the kids and run errands, and then kids clean up, and then both my kids nap. And at that time I do invites and follow-ups and majority of my business building activities and have a snack during that time. Then my kids' playtime, dinner, bath time and cuddle, my baby's bedtime, clean up a little bit, my project time at the end of the day. I usually about 9 o'clock get kind of a shot of creative energy at that time. So it's nice for me to be able to do that at night. Then my toddler, I know she goes to bed at 9 o'clock. It's crazy, but it's true. That's just how it is. And then I prep for the next day and I go to bed by 10 usually. So there are exceptions to that, and I just have to say that your schedule and your routine is something that's like ever changing. It's always flowing. It always needs flexibility and changing depending on your life and your family schedules. You as the mom, as the wife, as the girlfriend, whoever, you're always the one who's, you know, weaving in and out of everyone else's schedules. So having a routine, having a plan, and being set in it is more important for you than anyone else. And if you're winging it, just like if you're winging your healthy nutrition, sometimes it's pretty good and sometimes it's shit, right? Sometimes it's just shitty. And that's how it's going to be for your schedule. If you don't have a plan and you're not prepared to really get into the meat of it and not putting on a schedule what looks good, what sounds like what you should be doing, and more on what real is going to happen? How many hours in a day can I really spend on this? What are my kids really doing? What is my husband's real schedule? And opening that up to discussion with your family, and finding something you can stick to, and evaluating it after a certain period of time. So what I would recommend doing is taking those 10 things, laying it out in whatever format feels the best for you, and playing around with it, and then setting an alarm on your phone for each thing, and marking in 2 months from now, exactly 2 months from when you make your schedule, and write a little alarm alerting you, asking you, how is my routine working? And evaluate it in a month or in 2 months. And if it's working great, then keep going. If you get that alert and you go, you know what, I fell off of that routine within 2 weeks. Why? Why was that not realistic for me to keep up with? You can go back, revisit it, and say, I was trying to be the person who got up first thing and worked out. And honestly, I procrastinate inviting all day long. It's something I'm dreading all day long. So I'm going to get up first thing in the morning and invite first thing, and then do my workout later in the day. And be real with yourself. Keep it real. That is the most important thing for your schedule, outside of just having a plan, starting the process. And open up those lines of communication with your family, with your success partner, with your team, and say, this is what I'm doing. Who can hold me accountable? What do you guys think? And so those are some of just like the basics of what I do, some helpful things to always be evaluating. Is this working for you? In this business, we are our only accountability, our only line of defense as far as, are things working or are they not? So I definitely am not the person who's saying everything's always working for me, but it is a priority to me to be fanatical about cracking your own schedule. Evaluate it, be real with it, and are you sticking to it? Can you stick to it, or are you holding to yourself to some kind of expectation that isn't real? So anyways, girls, that's it. Questions, comments, thoughts about your own sketch? Do you want me to send you that stuff so you guys can look at it further? And my brow is a little jacked, but anything?
That was so awesome, Wes. I love your slides, because it really does. I mean, we've had this conversation so many times, and you have made me really think about my schedule so much. And it's funny because we almost have the polar opposite schedule in I do my invites and my follow-ups and my work time first thing in the morning, and I do my workouts during nap time in the afternoon, because I'm the person who will skip it all day long if I don't do it first thing. So it's so, it's all about what's real for you. And so I love that. And I loved your docs that you've created. If you want to share those in the team page, I'm sure people would love to steal them. If that's possible, just even in the file section or something, if you'd be open to that. And even the slides, so people can kind of check them off their list. But I mean, that's why you were so successful in ADD Obsession, because I did the same program and 100% was winging it and totally fell off, because you were so diligent about your schedule and working it in. And you have to be that way to be successful in that program, and you 100% did. So
yeah,
and Asana is great, guys. We use it all the time.
Yeah. Oh my God, Asana. But so the reason too that 80-Day Obsession was so fun for me is because the structure was there. So I find the same for my own personality with the business. But I also can show you guys my activity tracker, and I have attached to that actually in these green sections in my spreadsheet, that is my routine and schedule that's posted on the refrigerator. So my whole family, it's like this open communication about, and actually when I created my schedule the first week, there would be some of those weird downtimes where your kids are kind of playing nicely, or things are good and you're kind of tempted to just kind of sit on the couch for a second and turn on the TV or start cleaning or something, at least me, fill time. And then I'd be look to my spreadsheet. Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? It's 12. What am I supposed to be doing? And it was a nice reminder to have it in my face. But that was my point. I have in each section that I'm supposed to be working, I have another tracker, and that's what I do at that 9:30 time at night. I pull that out and I say, in that first morning, afternoon, and night block, what am I going to be working on tomorrow? And so I actually have a checklist inside my checklist of saying, here are my work blocks in the morning when I'm doing my posts, my social media posts. What am I going to post about? What do I need to update people on the family page about? What do I need to put in the team page? And I'll like give myself either ideas or things that I feel like are helpful. And when I'm doing that most consistently, I'm posting in those pages super consistently and adding my best value. When I do my invites and follow-ups, I'll like jot down notes of certain people that I want to make sure to reach out to, or people that told me to follow up with them, and kind of compare it with my streak list and you know, or set a goal for myself. Same thing with my projects. This is the project that I'm working on tomorrow, and then zoom it in even further specifically in that time, so that as soon as that clock hits and you're in work time, you have the checklist right next to you that says, I'm not working on that today. Put that in another compartment. I can't do that today. I know what I'm doing, because it's so easy to kind of have your hands in so many different things in this business, especially if you don't have like a super strong training program ahead of you where you're going like, I'm just following it in steps. You know, you're kind of creating so many things yourself, and you're trying to be everything for your team. It's so easy to get pulled in so many different directions and not know, and the whole hour that you had is gone and nothing really got accomplished. So in that 9:30 or whatever your block time where you're prepping for the next day, I would say be as specific as you can about exactly what you're going to do in those times beforehand, versus sitting down and then making the plan. Now you spent 10 or 15 minutes in your work time planning what you're going to do in that time, you know, versus you sit down, you already know. So minute one of your time, you're doing it. And that is when you're in control. It feels the best. You feel like an MF beast. You're like, let's go, bring it, what's next? And what's so fun is the Friday before, I've been printing out my entire week worth of doing that. So if in a work time I think of tomorrow I want to do that, I'll pull out tomorrow's worksheet and write that down. So I'm not forgetting. Like if I put it down, I don't have to, it's not up here circling and now my kids are playing and I'm thinking I cannot forget to talk to her. I cannot forget to do this. Have whatever you need to write it down, to have your activity trackers printed out or ready to go on hand in your phone, so that as soon as that thought comes in or that inspiration comes up, you're able to jot it down and have it ready for you the next day, so you can hit the ground running and go again in your work time. And there's no hesitation, or like, that's when it's the most unmotivating for me to start working, is when I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm like, hey, like there's so many other things I know that I need to do, so I'll just do that. So if you get really like, hack your schedule, know exactly what your schedule really is, the flow. Everybody has that flow of their schedule of their day, and you get and tighten it up. And then in the time that's yours, you zoom all the way in and say, these are the 3 things that I'm going to do. You're so much more motivated in those times. That's what I experience. And when I'm not, and I don't have a plan, one thing maybe gets done and I'm not into it. I'm not engaged. I'm not excited and like cracked out in my work time, you know, like just like nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. And that's when that is happening. So it would totally be game too, to like talk more specifics about it, you know, even more, because it can zoom so far in, you know, and so I enjoy the business.
Feel your passion about this.
Oh my God, I'm so connected to, because for me, it's the only way I'm going to keep doing the business.
Yeah.
It's a gut punch for me when days and days go by and I don't have a plan, and so I'm not working it, and have the self-doubt, and that fire starts to.
And I think something to keep in mind too, if you have a solid plan, then let's say your plan goes awry for a day. It's a day. it's one day. But then you're able to get back on the train versus when you don't really have a plan, then it starts to fall off a little bit. And then sometimes it can take you days to kind of get back on the horse.
Totally.
Or feel like you are grasping at your feet. Like if your kid gets sick, you know, then that day is like a wash. Okay, well, that one day is a wash. But if you continue to not have a plan and not adjust, then it continues to kind of crumble. So having, you know, a plan, but then being flexible within your plan when those times call for it gives you that ability to really be successful. So I think that's.
And I feel that it's same as like the analogy of meal prepping and how it has to kind of, it really goes with your nutrition is that as you get better and as you get more like in the groove and you're just kind of in the zone, can you have a little cheat meal here or there? And it's not throwing you off your train at all. But there has to be a strong routine first. You have to feel like I eat healthy all the time. I work my business consistently all the time. Before I'm going to now start trying to eat out or before I'm trying to have a cheat meal here and there, because how quick are you to derail? So if you don't have a strong system and you've been working it and grinding it for a long time, then it's so easy for this or that to distract you. So same thing with 80-Day Obsession. Since it's 3 months long, for the first month, I ate out 0. I was not confident that I could do it and stay on plan. Month 2, I did. I got some sushi and found the rolls that worked right in with the container system and worked. And I got so excited. And then month 3, I was like going to Chipotle and like trying new things. How do I make it a lifestyle? And now I do Time Nutrition with all the programs that I do. But month 1, I didn't. And I feel like our routine is even more fragile to being broken because we're not the only ones in our routine. So any day, any time, life happens and that gets disrupted. So more times than not, having a strong plan and having time to make your plan, having a plan to make the plan of saying, every day and every week and every month, I have a plan to make my plan, and I will take an hour. I will take 3 hours, whatever it takes to have my planner, have my list, and to be prepared mentally to be all the way real with myself. Take it, because it will pay off tenfold in the future, and you get faster with it. And right now I have a list in my phone of the repeat tasks. What do I have to repeat every single day and every single week? And what are the ever changing? And so the repeat, same as your repeat recipes, meal prepping gets faster because you're like, cool, I eat this every week. And then you go, one time I'm going to make a different meal. Same with your schedule. Every single day I do all these things. The same thing on my activity trackers. I do these every single day. And then every month or 2, I have this that's outside of my schedule. Where does that fit in? And it feels so great to be in control of your nutrition, same as it feels good to be in control with your schedule. And then when a train comes in and wrecks that and throws it, like Brenna's saying, it doesn't throw off your life. Same as you go out and you have some pizza, or you go out and on a date night and it's like hell to the wind. Who cares what meal plan? Not going to make or break. Go throw up. Drink your shake the next morning. It's fine. You know? Am I the only one who regularly throws up or what? No? Okay.
No, funny.
No? Okay.
Sounds like we're promoting bulimia.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant throw up like hangover. Throw up. Not, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I thought you meant your food. I was like, don't do that, people.
No, I was saying like go throw up because you like had a date night, what meal plan, and now you're sick.
You drink too much.
I don't regularly throw up like that. No.
It's not like a food hangover. Like, just go throw up what you ate and then have your shake and you're good to go. Like,
so bad. This is how rumors get started. No.
Can we edit this? Can we take this out of is this a blooper? What's happening?
Edit, cut that, and
I'm going to stop on that note.
Yeah, definitely do that. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. No, I was just clarifying.